we're gonna get this thing kicked off. You know what I'm saying? Always make sure our cameras is on, make sure we looking presentable, because my man Quincy gonna put this on YouTube, and we don't want to be looking like crazy on YouTube in case one of our friends be like, oh, who you work for? We want to make sure we say we work for Bridge the Gap and not something else. So make sure we represent ourselves properly. But with that being said, we want to give a shout out, a happy birthday. You know who the birthday girl is in the building, Miss Leah Brown. Let's go. Let's give her a birthday shout out. Let's go. Happy birthday, Miss Leah.
Happy birthday, Miss Leah.
Happy birthday, Leah Brown.
Happy birthday, Leah.
Birthday.
It's your birthday. Let's go. It's your birthday. Let's go. We gonna give you a little 10 seconds to say how you feeling and what your plans are.
Thank you. I'm just blessed to be here. No plans for today. I'm working,
Miss Leah, how old you turn? You turn 19 today, Miss Leah? Because you're looking awful young over there. You turn 19?
No, 43.
43? Woo! What we doing on Friday? The snap. We're gonna just give this a clap. 43 years on Earth. Can't say Earth with that. You gotta say Earth. 43's on Earth out here.
43. Blessed to see another year.
Man, that is a blessing. 43. You know what I'm saying? That is a blessing. If y'all know Spanish, cuarenta tres. Yes, I know how to speak Spanish too. So, you know what I'm saying? A little bit. But yeah, she is 43, y'all. Out here and doing the damn thing for Bridge the Gap University. Or Bridge the Gap. I like to say university because, I like to learn. So with that being said, the birthday girl is up next. So next is Miss Charlene with Talent Acquisition. Let's go, Miss Charlene.
Great morning, everyone. MITHARLY, are you ready?
Computer difficulties, but I'm here.
Okay, we're gonna get a call back to you.
All right.
Y'all didn't know MITHARLY a supermodel. That's why she in the background like that. She got her back. She's a supermodel, y'all.
Morning, everybody. Started with you, Ms. Charlene, and you guys know me for Ms. Charlene. She is the talent acquisition for the company. She's the first person that you guys see, and she welcomes you in with Bridge the Gap. So she's going to go ahead and get us started this morning. Whenever you're ready, Ms. Charlene.
Okay, great morning, everyone. See, you still can't get cameras on this call yet, but we're gonna get it. One day, we're gonna get it. Of course, everybody knows my name is Charlene. I'm the talent acquisitioner here. I was looking to see if we had any of the new people on the call this morning, and don't look like we have any of them. And we got a lot of new recruits, and none of them are on this call. Unfortunately, we need to make sure we get everybody to the calls that's on your teams. What I want to speak about this morning is how the recruiting has been going. Our numbers are looking very well as far as bringing in new recruits, but we're losing recruits as well. We want to make sure that when we recruit people that fit the culture of the company. Everyone that comes to us and says they want a job or need a job is not really qualified for this job. We got to get qualified people. So we're getting some very good people, but we're getting some that just not managed to stay with us very long. For the month of April already this month, we have hired 29 people altogether, and we've already lost 8. Between April and where we are today or May, we've hired 29 people. We've already lost 8 of those people already. Some made a week, some made a day. But we got to make sure that we know the type of people that we're bringing into the company, because we want people to be here with longevity. We want people that's going to come in and they're going to produce, not just be here, make a sale 1 week, disappear for 2 weeks, come back and make another sale when they see they're about to be removed. So we want to please make sure that we get a good good people when we recruit. Now, we do have some people that do very well as far as bringing in recruits, bringing in good recruits. But you know, got to be able to follow up with your recruits. You bring them in, make sure that they know the proper way to do things. Make sure that they know exactly the procedures and the process of how things should be moving in our culture here. Because we don't want anyone to come in and be told the wrong thing and not know how to do it. As everybody know, we're launching a new bamboo. I don't know how many people have actually actively been going, setting up all the information inside of it, but that is something that everyone needs to do if they have not done. And also, if you have not put a picture up, you must put a professional photo up on the bamboo and on the Telegram. So if you don't have a photo on Telegram and you don't have a photo in bamboo, please go ahead and do both of those, and preferably as soon as possible. I think we asked for this last week, and I still see a lot of people still have not done it. So we want to make sure. But with the hiring, yes, those numbers are looking good, but we want to keep these people. So we want to keep on participating with the training. We want to keep on getting the knowledge that we need. We want to make sure we watch the boards to see what new information is coming out. So, because hiring, if the people don't see money soon, they're going to leave soon. But make sure they know what to do, how to follow up with their customers, because I'm seeing a little of that as well, where they make a sale, they don't follow up, sale gets canceled, and now they disgruntled because they didn't get any money. You got to follow up with your customers, but keep doing a great job as you are with recruiters. I see I got my #1 star recruiter here on this morning. He doesn't have a camera on, so he don't get his name called, but he know who he is. So everyone, please help us out. Comply with all the cultures that we have set in place for the company. And just keep bringing them in, keep bringing them in. And if you know someone you admire, you know someone that you may have worked with before, and you know they have good work ethics, we need people with good work ethics. You know, we want people that come to work like they're supposed to come to work, not when they get ready to come to work, because coming when you get ready to come to work is really not getting us far. We need you to come to work when you're supposed to be at work. So with that being said, I will turn it back over to MITHARLY so we can move forward with today. If anyone have any questions about the numbers that I gave out or how the recruiting process needs to go, please just raise your hand, or you can come off mute and say something at this time. If not, I'm done.
Make sure we drop some fire in the chat. Let's go.
All right. Thank you for that, Miss Charlene. Thank you so much. And right now we are going to go ahead and move on to Dodley. And if you guys have any questions for Miss Charlene, like she said, you can drop them in the chat. And drop some fire for Miss Charlene in the chat as well. Thank you, Miss Charlene. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and get started with LAQUITA Blake. She's at the call center, extension 2. And today she will be going over what you need to know about SSO IDs. So go ahead and give it up for her. LAQUITA, we are ready for you.
Greetings, you guys. Okay, so today I will be talking, as MITHARLY said, to you guys about the SSO IDs and what you need to know. So first things first, when you're calling this call center, we need your IDs. That way, when we doing the sale and everything falls under your ID. At no point should we be sharing IDs. So if you have your ID and you're standing next to someone and they're new, do not give them your ID. Don't give them your information. We're not supposed to be sharing anything as far as IDs go, or customers' information either. So when looking for your ID, you can go to your email. That is always emailed to you. And what you see, you can, if you don't see it at the top, you can go to the search bar. You can search MITHARLY's name. So you can type in M, or you could type in Jessica, and that'll be JSW or something. Let me see. 1 second. I'm sorry. So I can give you the direct link. the direct email. So you guys can look it up. Let me see. No, it's not on there anymore, I don't think. So yeah, you can either look up my name. You can search my name, which is LAQUITA. You can put that in the search bar in your email. You could also search your managers. Whoever your manager is, you can search your manager's name. That'll be Talia or Crystal. You could also search, again, MITHARLY, Quincy, or Lamisha. If you're looking for your ID, what you're going to see when you go in your email, you're going to see your last name. Your last name is going to come up. When your last name come up, of course, enter that, your last name. Your user ID is your SSO ID. And if you call into CVC, that is also known as your VZ ID. So when they're saying, hey, can I get your VZ ID? You'll give them your user ID that's in your email. As far as all of the questions, when you're logging into the tablet, they're also in your email under your ID. If you do not have an ID, we will work to get your ID. If unfortunately you can't get an ID, please call into the call center. We know what to do. Just let us know your name. Let us know the area that you're calling from. When you let us know all of these things, it helps the process move along much swiftly versus, us taking a long time and you guys like, oh, they're taking too long, because we hear that. But we're trying to minimize, how much time it takes and get everything working, accordingly, so that you guys can call in, make your sales, and get on to the next one. So that's all I have for us today with the IDs. Also, if you need anything like as far as resetting your ID or you need more information, please let us know. If you need a reset, if you forgot your ID, things like that, again, you can find it in your email. If you can't find it, let us know and we will help. And that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, LAQUITA. Drop some fire in the chat for LAQUITA. Thank you for that, LAQUITA. And if you guys have any questions, of course, drop it in the chat for us. Drop it in the chat for her. She got you. And if you guys have any questions, we're going to go ahead and move to Dodley. And that is Dodley Francois. He is call center extension 1. And today he is going to go over how to make sure that you are ready when you are calling into the call center. Dodley, if you're ready.
All right. All right. All right, so today I'll be good morning, guys. My name is Dudley Francois. I'm the call center number 1, and I am in charge of the ADP, right? So today I will be talking about how make sure that you are ready, So the first step is to make sure you have the ACP ready before you call into the call center. I know a lot of people still do that, but it's not everybody that do it, right? You gotta make sure, like, if you even have a recruit, you want to make sure you reach out to them. Let's say they get hired. You want to make sure you show them the step. You want to make sure you tell them, hey, they have to do the ACP before calling into the call center. Because a lot of time, about 75% of the time we need the ACP code so we could actually waive the deposit. Right, we gotta use the right ACP code. We cannot use no fake ACP code. Okay. The second thing that I want to talk about, right? If you want a customer over the phone, make sure you call them first. Then after you call the call center, right? You can't make us run after the customer for you and try to actually do that for you. I'll make sure you call them and make sure that they're ready, right? You can try to call the customer and say, okay, hey, okay, can I put them on the line? And let's say you try them and then you're not even ready, what I'm saying? It's actually, we want to make sure we're on the same page, right? The third thing that I want to talk about, right? The people with the tablet, right? If you're experiencing that the tablet freezing on you after you call the credit verification, you see how when you actually you try to press refresh, let's say there's a deposit on the cell, and then you call the credit verification and the tablet freeze on you, or if you're on a tablet, whatever the case is, whoever have a tablet, what you want to do, and let's say the representative actually say, okay, hey, you could continue with the cell, and then the tablet froze, like that page froze. What you want to do is take a picture of that order number, which is, you say if it's up by PA or VA, you want to make sure you take a picture of that, right? And then what you want to do, you want to start the order again. Once you restart the order again, yes, it's gonna actually try to ask you a deposit again because it was froze. You wanna call the credit verification and give them the last order number. You're gonna give them the last order number, and then you're gonna tell them, hey, yes, the representative actually, we've approved it for me, but it actually froze on me. What's gonna happen? It actually saves you time. You don't have to give them a whole new number again, or a whole new order number again, and they want to talk to the customer again and all that. You want to take the last order number and tell them that, and then what's gonna happen? They're gonna actually, approve the order without speaking to the customer, and then so actually save both everybody time. So these are the three things I wanted to talk about today. Let me know if anybody have a question, especially about the third part. Everybody good?
No, I have a question because that happened to me a couple of times yesterday when I was doing my orders. After I had a couple of CVC calls, and after they cleared, they actually stayed on the line. The first time she did it, it went through, but then the second time she did it, it didn't go through. It just kept sending me back to the that page, but I didn't think it was freezing. I thought maybe I was doing something wrong, but I followed the instructions that I received off of these these meetings. After I did the order, when I pressed the with the credit thing, I pressed that so the screen could change, and I pressed save and continue. But it took me back to the order, the credit verification thing. It won't let me go through, but I got you now. It'd be free, the tablet would be free, and I didn't know that. So that was some good information.
Yeah. So if it be freezing, all you have to do is take the picture of the order number. Then let's say if you have to restart again, let them know, okay, hey, that's if they have a deposit though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what so you want to make sure you call them back, give them the last order number, tell them, hey, that's what happened, it froze on me, somebody helped me out, they approved it, but I can't move on because my tablet is frozen. And then what they're gonna do, they're gonna ask you for the new order number. Then you give them the new order number and say, hey, I had to restart again, but the last order number, they approved it. And then boom, they're not gonna want to speak to the customer again. It saves both of your time. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Pass it back to you, Dolly.
All right. For that, thank you, Dodley. Drop some fire in the chat for him. And if you have any questions, drop it in the chat. Or like Anthony, you can unmute yourself. Go ahead and ask. You guys have any more questions? All right, awesome. Thank you, Dodley. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to Miss TALEA Griggs, and that is manager in Philadelphia. So TALEA, if you are ready. And today she will be going over how to be professional in the field. So TALEA, we're ready for you.
Yeah, great morning, everybody. So what is professionalism in sales? Sales professionalism is the ability to interpret the consumer's needs and act with use, proper etiquette when interacting with potential customers. A good salesperson can use professionalism to build a positive relationship with their customers. And I have 4 traits that help us be professional while we're in the field. So one is nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication includes the ways that we convey information without using words. It can include gestures and smilings, and using nonverbal communication correctly can help sales agents communicate their interests and commitment to the person they're speaking with. The sales agent can use their knowledge and understanding of nonverbal communication to participate in active listening, emphasize their personality, and convey feelings to the client or the potential customer. The second one is adaptability. Adaptability is an important part of sales professionalism because it allows the sales agent to quickly understand new situations and find solutions for solving problems. It's a skill in which the person can assess the changes to a situation and identify the best way to behave. Conflict resolution and critical thinking can be an important part of being adaptable as a sales agent. This ability allows them to approach each potential customer with a unique strategy that best caters to the consumer. The third one is resiliency. In sales, resiliency is the ability to remain positive and continue providing the customer with the best possible service despite potential obstacles. When a sales agent has resiliency, it improves their professionalism by allowing them to learn from the mistakes and recover from missteps faster. Resiliency can also help the sales agent maintain their composure when the sale and the action doesn't go how they hope. And the last one is organization. Excuse me, guys. Organization is an important skill for sales professionalism because it allows the salesperson to manage their time well and be prepared to meet with new and potential customers. By being organized, the sales agent can better identify the best potential consumers to speak with. They may also have all the materials ready when speaking with the potential consumer, like informational documents or samples. Organization can help the sales agent show their professionalism when managing transactions and purchases. And that's all I have for you guys this morning. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Talia. Drop some fire in the chat for her. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. All right, so no questions. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to Ms. Crystal Jackson. She is the manager up there in VA, and this morning she will be going over how to follow up and apply ACP. All right. All right, Ms. Crystal, if you're ready, go ahead, we're ready for you.
Oh, good morning. I don't see nothing. Okay. Good morning. So today I want to talk about the ACP, and the reason why I keep speaking on ACP because I want you guys to keep your money. So I know when we go out here, we get these sales and we get 15, 20 sales and we like, yeah, our check gonna be fat. Then we get that fat check. Our fat check, we spend it. And then the next week we plan a vacation and we waiting for this fat check. But we don't got a fat check because ACP then took it back because basically you didn't follow up with your customer and they canceled. They saw a bill, they called you, you didn't call them no more, you didn't answer the phone for whatever reason, maybe because you feel like, oh, they installed already. I'm going on to my new customers, I don't got to call them back or I don't got to answer. But you really do, because if they don't apply that code, you're going to have to pay that money back. If they get a bill, even if you explain it to them, because I tell my customers, if they apply their code, turn to the back of your bill and look at everything that was discounted. You're going to get a bill every month, but turn it back over to the back and you will see where it's discounted. Older people, I see it a lot. If they see a bill, they go crazy. They was like, oh no, I got a bill. You told me it was free. You told me it was free. And then they're going crazy. And they're like, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna cancel. I'm just gonna cancel. And then they cancel. And then you're looking for that money and they charge you back. So all you have to do is call the customer. Miss Barbara, did you put your ACP code in? Did you do it? Okay, screenshot me so I can make sure you. I just want to put it in my file that you did it. All you got to do is, because if they did it, they're going to show it to you. If they didn't, they're going to say, well, let me call you back. I got to find it. You ain't got to find it because it's in your phone. So you know whether or not they did it, because the person they want to blame is us. They want to blame us for when they mess up. When they get a bill, the bill is really not on us. It's on them, because we can't do it for them. It's on them, and we tell them that. But they want to blame somebody, so they're going to blame you. And at this point, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the blame, even though I know it's not me, because I want to continue to keep my 190 or my 135 or my 160, whatever it is. I don't never want to see a chargeback on my check, because you don't know what you had playing. People got rent, people got bills, whatever, and then you expected it on this check and they charge back, and they don't wait to say, okay, Crystal, what day can you pay this money back? They takes it. They don't care about what you got to do. So what you have to do is worry about your money, and that is, Miss Barbara, you put your code in? Yes, I did. Screenshot, let me see what you did. Okay, she screenshot it, and you can put it on your paper, however you do your paperwork. Okay, ACP approved. She's connected, however you stash your papers, whatever. I got a little sister with mine, and she's out the way. Next month I might call and check up on her. Everything good, Miss Barbara? Yeah, baby, everything good. I got Shirley over here. She want it. So it's referrals. You know what I'm saying? So now, not only that, I started using my rep card, which is very good. So after I get them do everything, I let them scan it and give me a review. These reviews go a long way. Y'all be surprised how much these reviews go a long way and get you a lot of customers. So if y'all just do what y'all got to do as far as the ACP, make sure they apply the ACP, check up on them to make sure that they got approved for the ACP, and make sure they don't have a bill. You'll have a check, and you don't have to worry about cancellations and chargebacks. That's all I got.
They also too, Crystal, they get an email too. Some people get an email about their when the ACP and stuff is applied and billed.
All right, drop some fire in the chat for Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. If you guys have any questions, you can unmute or drop it in the chat. Thank you for that, Crystal. And I'm gonna drop some fire as well.
No, actually, I just learned something from one of the agents, Antoinette, because I used to write all my stuff down, even though I still screenshot. I take a picture of those people ACPs, but when you're doing the ACP, if you're helping a person with the ACP and they're doing it in their phone, you help them screenshot it. That's a technique I got from Miss Antoinette. I never seen nobody do that, but she will actually help. I saw her helping a customer one time in their phone. So they actually signed up for the ACP in their phone, and they screenshot in their phone. She actually saved their ACP as well. So, and then callbacks, like Crystal said, is a good thing to do. I think that's a good thing to do when you call them back. I try to do that because I don't like chargebacks. Even though I only had like 3, but I still got some, and they take all the money back. So that was some good advice she gave. So listen, please.
All right, thank you for that, Anthony. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to Wallace Cummings. And Wallace, he's the manager over there in Wallace in Virginia. And this morning he will be going over the law of influence / addition. So Wallace, if you're ready, we're ready for you.
Trying to take this thing off mute. Good morning, everybody. That if y'all haven't wrote some of that stuff down or absorbed some of that stuff that was said before, you crazy. This we are all trying to build as a team, and we're trying to grow, and we're just trying to keep that money in our pocket. It's 2 days away from the check, or some of y'all got them early chimes, y'all get paid tomorrow or whatever, but we just trying to keep the money in our pocket and keep moving forward and build a better life for all of us. With that being said, so as a leader, or if you want to become a leader, we all have to grow. We all have to learn different things to grow. We can't just be stuck on what we think is a leader or what we think is the best way because we were taught something maybe last year or maybe 3 months ago. As leaders, all of us have to grow. And if you want to become a better leader, you definitely have to grow and read. So currently I'm reading this book called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And you might have heard me say it before or talked about it. So this time I want to share more, and I want to share what I believe are 2 most powerful things that I've learned so far from this book, with the law of influence and the law of addition. All of us have the power of influence if we think about it. We got a favorite call center person, we got our favorite manager, we got our favorite people to work. You know, that's influence right there. That's powerful because, hey, I like to work with Crystal. She making all that money down there. She make $5,000 a week. That's influence. You know, that's powerful. Ain't nobody want to work with nobody that practically doesn't want to do certain things or don't have a certain work ethic that they admire. You know, we like me. Most of y'all don't even call me Wallace. Most of y'all say what? The Tiger. Hey, Tiger. Hey, I need to talk to you, right? That's a powerful, that's influence. I didn't just wake up and like say, hey, call me the Tiger. I don't say, hey, don't call me Wallace, call me the Tiger. I just say, hey, I'm the Tiger, and y'all like, okay, all right, I see where he going with that, and then y'all just call me that. If you really think about it, that's a powerful influence. You know, I don't believe some of y'all even know my real name if it wasn't posted or said up there. Y'all be like, hey, that's the Tiger. You see what I'm saying? It's a powerful influence. So I want to give you a few tips on to how to apply the law of influence. I'm gonna give you 3 steps. So step number 1 is ask which of the 5 myths you believed in the past and what must you change about your current thinking to improve as a leader. That's number 1. Number 2, what do you usually rely upon to persuade people to follow you? What is your go-to trick? What is your go-to thing? Me, you know, I wear the hat, and you know, I got a tiger chain. You know, one day I'll bust it out for y'all in the picture. And you know, I ride around with Quincy didn't know, he took a video. If y'all look at it, I ride around with a tiger and a baby tiger in my truck. You know what I'm saying? I ride around with, you know, I talk to her, I ain't gonna lie, I talk to her like, hey, we about to get these sales today. We about to do a good job. How you doing, man? It ain't go, if it talk back, I swear I'm gonna pull off on the side of the road. Y'all ain't gonna see me no more because I'm definitely gonna crash that truck if my tiger start talking. I'm out of there. I'm jumping out that truck, hands down. Hopefully I survive on the highway. And then here's another one. Volunteer to work with an organization and use that as a platform to practice your leadership skills through influence. There's nothing greater than to volunteer for something and just see how really influential you are. You know, maybe stand out on the corner and do whatever you have to do to see how people gravitate toward you. Because if you ever worked in the Walmart, me and DODLEY and MITHARLY have, they seen me and I'm like, this personality is the same out there. They at first they used to look at me like, what the heck is going on? But then they realized that was me. We have fun. We started laughing. I'm like, hey, what's going on? What's up? How you doing? And they seen it. They seen the magic because I'm trying to influence people to sell the product. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody doesn't want to be in Walmart trying to buy something because they already feel like they spent their money on $200 worth of groceries and they think they got to spend $200 worth of internet. And it doesn't happen that way. So I use my power of influence, and a lot of people are like, oh, the hat is cute. Hey, where did you get the hat from? Instant conversation. Say, you know, where did you get your hat from? Amazon, $10. By the way, you want some internet? Hey, by the way, da. That's the power of influence. You know what I'm saying? You know. So that's part. Now, the law of addition. This is a very, very powerful tool that you can use. Power of addition. If we think about this, we all want to grow in this company. We all want to make money. We all want to make money in various ways, you know, even though there's one way through the internet. But like Crystal said, you know, through people that refer you, through other people that refer you, you know, your badge and everything, you know, so you scan it and then you get the reviews and they see it, it starts adding, you know, it starts adding value to yourself. It starts adding value to your team. It starts adding value to this company. See how they all stack in a line? You know, one day some of us might want to be, you know, have our own branch out of this company, you know, because we always attempt continually to grow with the power of addition, you know, with your team. Nobody wants to have a team of just 3 people because that's going to look weird, to be honest. We want a team of maybe 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever, how you want to grow. We want to add more and we want to add value to our team and to ourselves. So I'm going to give you a few things to apply the law of addition I'm gonna give you 3, of course, and then I'm gonna give you 4 guidelines for adding value. So to apply the law of addition, take these 3 steps. Have the attitude of a servant. Make a list of the most important people in your life and write down what they value most about you. Think about that. That's very powerful. Make a list of the most important people in your life and write down what they value most about you. Make adding value part of your way of life. If you don't add value, then you're not adding much to your life. You know, if you follow what I'm saying with that, add value as a part of your life. No one wants to add any negativity. No one wants to add anything crazy. You want to add something to build upon your life. So with that being said, also, here's 4 guidelines for adding value. Truly value others. I value each and every one on this team. I value the call center for their job. I value Miss Charlene for making sure we get our talent acquisition together. I value people that call me and I call back and we exchange information. I value, you know, Quincy for giving us this opportunity to do this. That's valuing others, and how we treat that value is we protect it and we do better as better. Make yourself more valuable to others. That's said in a nutshell. Make yourself valuable to others. Think about that. That's an act of unselfishness. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be out here being selfish about our information. Know and relate to what others value. We have to understand each other in this company. We ain't running. We all on the chat, right? Know and relate to what others value. You know, some of y'all in a different place might value, you know, something different to what I value. But as a team, we could get to know what we value, and then we can, hey, that's what this person likes. That's what this person likes. So we can all add value to that. The last one is, I was kind of iffy about saying it because not everybody does this, but the majority of us do this. It says do things that God values. That's one of the 4 guidelines for adding value. And I was only thinking about this because and I'm just honest, right? A lot of us may not value God the same way or have a different version of God, what they value. So I don't like getting into religion on these calls because everybody has their own opinion. But it is one of the laws of addition on here. And when you read the book, I hope every one of you guys get the book, it'll say that. You know, I have the whole thing right here printed out and everything, and that's one of the things on there. So I'm gonna just say whatever you believe in, do what that is that makes value to it. I believe that we're the #1 company out here, and I believe that wholeheartedly. Let's be the #1 company. I believe that the call center is the quickest thing on earth. And I say earth, not earth. And they trying to get your sales out there quickly. You know, I believe my man Eugene over there laughing right now. You know what I'm saying? He values these calls because he always on here. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have different things. Miss Tiffany, please do not look left and right because we ain't gonna do it this week because you're driving. I see that. You know, don't do it. But every time we get on this call, people, we're valuing the information that come up here. We're valuing each other's time. We're valuing what we each other do, because there ain't nothing in the chat. Everybody started, hey, what's going on? What's up? Hey, how you do this? How you do that? How you do that? So think about it. We're valuing that. We're valuing what's being put out there. Because if we don't, a lot of us just be like, man, they talking all that stuff in the chat and leave it alone. And I'm not paying attention to that. I'm gonna just go do this and go do this on my own. No, we're not doing that. We're all growing and adding. Right, earth, right, on earth. You know what I'm saying? On earth, not earth, on earth. We're adding value to each other to make each other better, in a nutshell. That's all I got to say. Y'all know I normally have the little motivational thing, but I think what I said, the law of influence and the law of addition, If you got something from that, definitely that's motivational to me because I'm trying to grow as a leader. I cannot not grow as a leader if I'm not trying to learn and then trying to make my team better or anybody in the chat make better. You know, this ain't a selfish job. You know what I'm saying? It's not. We all trying to learn and grow. With that being said, I turn it back over, you know, I call her Thugly, you know what I'm saying? Because she the coldest person out here with the sweetest attitude, you know. But other than that, I love all you guys. See y'all in the chat and let's get this. How about the curse? I had to slow down. This damn money. Let's go.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Tiger. Drop some fire in the chat for Tiger, everybody. That was some valuable information right here, Tiger. Thank you. And if you guys have any questions, of course, drop it in the chat. Thank you, Tiger.
I don't have a question, but I just want to say that that video you did, your news broadcast, you out, you funny as hell, Tiger. Crazy. My man that I mess with. Tiger.
Look, I'm here for it, man. Law of influence and addition, right, baby? Influence, add, let's go. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken, oh, my bad. I got out of control right there. Okay.
All right, so let me go ahead and okay, so we're good to go. And thank you, Tiger. So that leaves myself, and this morning I will be going over 5 steps to retain your recruits. 5 steps to retain your recruits. And you know, I was inspired by Philly. I saw all of the recruitings going on last week. And I decided, you know, this might be a great topic for us this week. So if you guys are thinking about recruiting, or if you have recruited some people and you've struggled to retain them, hopefully these 5 steps help you guys do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So with step number 1, I have inform them about the job. You know, make sure that you truly explain to them what we do, because who is best to really explain to them what we do other than you as a recruiter first? You know, before they even get to Miss Charlene, it is your job to let them know what we do, you know, what our culture is, and, you know, what they should be looking forward to before they even get, you know, to their interview. Because a lot of people, they might not even truly understand what it is that we do. They might think they get paid per hour, or they, you know, they view this differently. So it's not just about asking a person, hey, do you need a job? Okay, cool. Here's this form, fill it out, or here's this phone number. Just call them and boom, you got a job. Because that's not how it works. You know, maybe not everybody loves what we do. Not everybody is looking to do what we do. So it is definitely your job to inform them first and foremost about what it is that we do before they go ahead and, you know, take up Miss Charlene's time, get to that interview, and then they're like, oh, no, sorry. When someone else could have really, you know, gotten their slot for that interview, you know, someone else who truly wanted the job. So make sure that you explain to them what it is that we do, you know, and like you guys know, we hire, we train, we recruit, we motivate, we do all that. And you are the best person to explain to them what it is that we do before they get to Miss Charlene. So always remember that. Don't just give them a number to call and then that's it, you know? So we have number 2. Check in with them, especially when it comes to their onboarding, especially when they're new, especially their first week. Check in with them because they are your recruit. And with them being your recruit, after the manager, who's the best person to truly help them? It is you, because you brought them into the company, and they're kind of going to lean towards you more than anybody else in this company. So you have to make sure that you check in with them. And especially, you've been here before, you know what the process is like, you know, after an interview, you know what's next, you know what it takes to, you know, to really be a great agent here. So really make it your job to check in with your recruits. And when I mentioned about the onboarding, you know, when it comes to Bamboo, that's a new platform that we are using. It's an amazing platform. Everything is there. You can request time off there. You can update your pictures. So just make sure that you educate them on that and have them, you know, we're going to do our job, of course, as onboarding, but as their recruiter, you are here to help and support. And when it comes to Bamboo, they have to update their pictures. They have, you know, to sign in their documents. That on Bamboo is where everything is going to come to them, like their training manuals, new hire packets. They have to sign their ADP forms. It's a lot of things that they have to do, and they will not get it done unless they really have somebody on them, reminding them or checking in with them. That's not everybody though. Some people, they do need that. And even if they don't need that, you still have to, you know, do your part. And then when you realize that they don't need you, you're gonna go ahead and, you know, allow them to grow and do their own thing, because a lot of people, they are independent, right? And we have number 3, right? You don't have to give them a sale. It is not your job just because they are your recruit. And I say check in with them or support them. That's it. Support doesn't mean you have to give them sales. If you choose to do so, that's your personal doings, but you're not advised to do that, because if it's a job, they have to put in their own work. You know, they have to show up for their own selves, because everybody got their own goals. Everybody got their own problems, and everybody got their own bills. So you can't just, you know, it's like you're giving them money. If you want to do that, you do that. But they really have to prove to themselves that this is something that they want to do, and that's something that they can do. Because you giving them sales is not helping them. Maybe they're gonna take your sales and think this is easy, or they got this, blah, blah, blah. But when it's truly their time to be in the field and put in the work, you're not there, they're gonna blame you, or they're gonna start blaming other people and become a victim. Because they didn't put in the work at first, especially when it came to their first sale, right? So you have to allow people to grow, especially when it comes to an opportunity like this. Sometimes you're gonna be in the field by yourself. You won't always have the person who recruited you, or you won't always have your manager there right next to you on a daily basis to train you 24/7 or to give you sales. So allow them to grow. And we have number 4, that is each one teach one, because all we got is us. You know, like I said, support, because you play a part in their success as well. You know, all of us play a part in each other's success. So each one teach one, whatever you know, teach them, especially when it comes to calling into the call center. Some people may not know how to call into the call center. And of course, on their first day of observation, their manager is there to help them and teach them and show them that as well. But what happens when, you know, it's their second week and they still haven't learned, you know? You can still teach them what you know. We're not telling you to scold them or to literally be there and force people. You're not here to force people, but if they're willing to learn and they're asking you questions and you know the answers and you could truly help them, you know, just be there and support, and each one teach one, right? Because if we don't help out each other, who's going to help them? Especially if you've been here before, or we're all here before, we know what we do here and we know the culture. So it's truly up to us to do that, right? And for number 5, that's the last step, help them stay close to the fire. And all of that tie into everything that I just said. So staying close to the fire is really what's gonna, after all these steps, staying close to the fire is what's gonna help them stay, and you're gonna be able to retain your recruits. So helping them stay close to the fire means motivating them to hit tier 3, just like we all already motivate each other. Tier 3 is, you know, it's really like the bare minimum, right? But a lot of people, especially when they're new, they might not understand how it could really be simple if they show up for themselves and they put in the work. So help them stay close to the fire, because the more money people make, the easier it is for them to stay and, you know, see the value of this company. And like we said, we always promote tier 3. Why? Because they can get the most money, you know, in their pockets, and that's gonna help them, right? So help them, motivate them to stay on tier 3, and also motivate them to show up to the weekly meetings, whether it's the Monday meetings at the office or Days Wednesday call, Friday call. You have to, it's like, we all know how people get. If you don't tell them at least once, or you don't kind of, just like Tiger was saying, they don't see your influence, especially you, if you're not showing up as their recruit. A lot of people, they kind of have that weak mindset. They're not going to show up just because you as a recruit are showing up, right? So be a better example, like be a great example. If it's your goal to retain your recruits, because you kind of are a mini, like you are a leader to them as well. It's not just their manager. So you have to, like Tiger was saying, you have to influence people, and the best way to influence them is you by doing your best. And they're watching you because, you know, they think, oh, this person recruited me here. So if they're not doing it, then what's the point of me doing it, right? And it's crazy that some people think like that. But, you know, just do your best if it's your goal to retain them. And, you know, of course, when it comes to their work schedules, you know, help them stick to it. Maybe you guys could work together in the same location, maybe for the first 2 weeks or something, just until they get back on their feet. But just because you're working with them, you're not giving them sales. You're just doing your thing. You're being you, doing what you always do on a daily basis. They're just next to you, watching you, and they're doing it too. That's, you know, that's pretty much it. And one last thing is not just about the recruiter's credit, because if that's what's on your mind as you're recruiting, it will be hard for you to follow all these steps or to truly help them, because it's all about the, you know, what you get out of recruiting them, and you're not really going to help them or to even care enough to retain them, and they're all just going to fall off anyway. And sometimes you might do all these steps and you do your best and they still fall off, and that's okay too, because it's not for everybody, and not everybody's going to see the value in what we do. Not everybody's going to stay, right? And a lot of people do need this opportunity, especially if you yourself, you saw what this have done for you, not just financially, but overall. So, you know, a couple of other people who wants this or who needs something like this. And that's why Quincy like to say, hire the people that you admire, hire the people that you know this can truly help make a change in their life and things like that. So that's pretty much it. And like Reggie said in the chat, I'm not begging nobody. This is a great opportunity. They need to take advantage. Absolutely. We don't have to beg anybody, but we also, if you brought them here, you could be a great support for them to truly show them the value of this company by doing your part and doing the best that you can do. But you don't have to beg anybody to stay. They'll stay if they want to stay. They'll stay if you have enough influence over them, and they'll also stay if they see the value in this company. And sometimes, like I said, they might see all of that and still not stay. So don't take it personal. It is what it is, right? And that's all I have for you guys this morning. If you have any questions, mute yourself or drop.
I just wanted to ask you, I just wanted to say something. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
So this recruiting thing, the reason I never recruited anybody is because I know for a fact, like, you can meet a person face value and not know what that person is like. I don't know if this is company policy or goes against it, but I think that maybe if you're thinking about recruiting somebody, you might want to spend 24 hours with that person, maybe show them what you do, maybe role play with them real quick, just to see how they deal with people, because you are putting them out in the face of people, and they're representing you once you put them out there. But I find like a lot. I had a person I was going to recruit, and he was a great tool as far as helping me. His mouth, he was very he would broadcast like for me and stuff like that, his stuff and my stuff. But what I found out later was that he wasn't consistent and he wasn't a good like fit for what we do. So I would just suggest you spend some time with those people before you recruit them. Just because they say they want the job, like Miss Charlene said, doesn't mean that they're capable of doing the job. You have to deal with people, you have to be professional, and then you have to have patience, because no is a hard thing to take like constantly until you get to that yes. And I know that from being in sales for a long time too. So just I would just suggest you spend some time with your recruits, the people that you're thinking about recruiting.
So I got a bit of a answer to my man Eugene over there, always smiling on camera. Watch this. Know and relate to what others value. Make yourself more valuable to others. So if they value you, if you recruited them, if I recruited you, I'm going to try to see your value in this company, and you're going to see my value to this company, so that we could be more valuable to this company. Everybody has their own kicks, personalities, quirks, and everything. But if you show them the way of the bridge the gap, then they will be different, and they will mold. You will mold them to a better seller. You know what I'm saying? You have to give and take. I'm a Marine War veteran, Ain't none of you, if you ain't been to war, you don't know that situation. Or you ever been there, you don't know. That's the past. I can't harbor on a lot of stuff for here. Everybody has their little moments, but you just gotta make them valuable within you in the space of what this company is doing and saying. Just mold them. Hey, my man, this is what we do and what we don't do. Hey, or girl, I'm sorry. This is what we do and don't do. You know, I want you to be this way. Hey, we do this and this way. Let me introduce you to my manager. Here's how we do it. Come up with a game plan. And boom. Then after a couple of days, you know, you see where it go. But we can't hold back and like, oh, that person looks like they on this all the time, or they don't look like a good candidate. Because if you do that, you'll be knocking the people that might be worth something because of what you think. You know, they always say, don't judge a book by its cover. You know, I say until you open the book, then you can read what they are. See, I added a little twist to that. But that's all, my man.
All right, thank you for that, Tiger. And to add on to what you both said, Eugene and Tiger, I see what you mean, Eugene, but at the same time, 24 hours, not everybody really has the time to spend 24 hours with a person just because they're interested in a job. You know, it's good to always give anybody a chance, because sometimes you might come across somebody on the street and they're just walking past, hey, what do you do? I'm interested. You won't have that much time to really spend time with them and see how they are as a person, because you will never truly know a person in 24 hours. So everybody deserves a chance, right? And I'm gonna mute Reggie real quick. So everybody does deserve a chance, right? But at the same time, you could really tell if someone is out of it or if they're a decent person, and everybody can do this. It's not that hard. If you have to spend 24 hours with a person, it's like you're making it seem like this is such a hard thing to do, or because it's not. And a lot of people have to grow into the job as well. They're not a bad person, but they have to grow. You have to allow them and give them time to see the value and to do their best. Because in 24 hours, that's not enough time for anybody to show you who they truly are. They can get hired, but like we say here, some people fire themselves. If they're not a good fit, they will fire themselves. If they don't make sales in 2 weeks, we know what happens. A month, 30 days, we know what happens. They fire themselves. So give them a chance. And if you hire them, you're helping them, and you're doing the best that you can. They're not appreciating that, and they don't see the value. It is what it is. Don't take it personal. Move on to the next. Another person will truly need this opportunity, and they're going to do the best, and they're going to get the best out of it and show up.
Yeah, I want to say something. Yeah, I am guilty of that. Sometimes I recruited a lot of people at this company, and you know, I think it is what MITHARLY said. A lot of what she said, I think is true. Like, you know, when people gonna look to you. If you recruited them, they're gonna look to you for support. They're gonna look to you for guidance. But a person like me, it took me a long time to learn my tablet. I'm a slow learner. I won't deny that part. It took me 3 months to learn how to actually work the tablet where I can actually use it. So I'm a slow learner, but what I do learn, if I recruit somebody, I try to share it with them. And at the same time, Eugene, I think it is time you do have to spend with your recruits, because like Tiger said, everybody have different personalities and stuff. So it's important that you do spend time with your recruits and you know, get to know that person, get to know those people that you recruit. Also, you know, when you if you're going to start recruiting and you're going to do that, you need to take these responsibilities. You need to take these leadership responsibilities, because recruiting and people are going to look at you like a leader, and they are going to expect certain things out of you. And it's nobody else's job. It's nobody's job. You could get them the job, but it's really, I don't think it's really our job to do that. But as a recruiter, I think as a responsible recruiter, I do think we should help them and help them out. And I felt that a few times. And for the people that I did recruit and I felt that way, I apologize to y'all. But I like sharing, I like learning, and I like sharing. But as I said, I'm a slow learner, and I don't mind admitting that. It just takes me some time to catch on to things. But once I got it, I got it. And when I got it, it's just a wrap. But I don't know, just listen to what everybody's saying, because it will help. Just if y'all pay attention, if y'all don't take enough, just take something from all these meetings that we have, because it will help. Trust me, because it helped me. That's all.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. And like you said, you know, it's facts. Not everybody learns fast. And they gave you a chance. I'm not sure who recruited you, but whoever recruited you, they gave you a chance. You were a slow learner, like you said. But guess what? You're here and you're doing amazing, right? That's what you said, right? But look at you now. You're doing amazing. And there's others like you out there that deserves that same chance to show up, and you allow them to grow. And, you know, if it's for them, it's for them. And if it's not, it's not, because it's definitely for you, Anthony. Like we said, there's others out here that might be slow at learning, but that doesn't mean
Well,
that
it is discouraging. Excuse me for cutting you off, and I ain't mean that. But it is discouraging if you come into this company, you hear all the great things. Like I tell people great things about what I did, how much I made, and stuff like that. And when they can't get that, when they can't, sometimes it's discouraging. I think some people leave because if this is a job where as though you're not gonna make a constant, consistent sales in an hour. You're not gonna make 5 sales in an hour. Sometimes it might take you 4 or 5 hours to make 5 sales. Sometimes you might make 2 or 3 sales in a day. That could be discouraging to a new person. You know, somebody just coming in and not understanding that this job takes time to accumulate sales. And since we're dealing with volume, and volume don't mean that we have to get all these sales in one day. Volume means that we have a whole week to produce a certain amount of sales to get the actual amount of money that we desire. It's really up to us. But when you explain this to your recruits, like I made 2 sales on Tuesday. I came out and made 5 sales. I mean, on Monday I made 2 sales. I made 5 sales on Tuesday. These numbers can fluctuate. You understand what I'm saying? Based on, I say, time management and location. If you go somewhere and you manage your time, we got 12 hours to make sales. If you manage that time, I think anybody, because when you talk about free, not only free, the 1 gig is, they selling the 1 gig at $49.99. If you manage your time and you go to the right locations and you sit there for a certain amount of time, you're going to make some sales. If you get frustrated and you leave, no, you're not going to get those sales. Crystal said something to me yesterday because I was tired. I was like, Dad, I've been out here all day long. And she said, I know you ain't going to tap out. And it's crazy because when she posted that, I went to go get some food and I got my last sale. I just hit 10-3. I was like, Dad, that's crazy. But that's how it is that when there's job, if you be patient, she was like, you got 30 minutes left. Don't tap out now. I ain't tap out. I got that last sale. So I made 10-3 yesterday. And that was good. And it only took me 3 hours though to do 5 sales. 3 hours. And that's just something to think about. And I appreciate everybody in the job. Thank y'all. Thank you, Krista, my big sister over here, getting that money. Thank you.
Power of influence, Anthony. See that? See how it all correlates?
Definitely. Thank you for sharing that, Anthony. Definitely. I saw that in the chat as well. That's definitely power of influence, and that's what we're here for. And just like you know, your new recruits, if you're that power of influence and that motivator, you tell them, I know you're not gonna tap out. It's only been 2 hours. You got this. We got 5 more days out of the week. This ain't it. You got more. You know, it's okay. You have to be that support and that power of, you know, influence over these people. And, you know, some people, they may need that to truly show up for themselves and keep on going. Just like, you know, that really pushed you and you got that last sale, you hit tier 3 in that one day, even though you went out late. Anybody could do it. Not everybody could do it, but anybody could really do it. Just like you, if you listen and you take that in and you show up for yourself. So that's really it. And that's all I have for you guys. If you have any more questions, and it's 8:16. I'm gonna give you guys like 5 seconds. If I don't hear nothing, we're good to go. All right. And that's it. Thank you guys. And have a great day. And Leah Brown, if you're still here, happy birthday. Happy birthday. And thank you guys.
Happy birthday, Leah.